Hi, today we're going to talk about how to make Thai iced tea. It's one of our favorite drinks. And here's what you need to make Thai iced tea. First of all, you need this pan Thai tea mix. I get this down at the local Asian market. You can get it online or anywhere else. It has that typical Thai kind of pungent smell and flavor, and it has the stuff in it that makes it turn orange also. Okay. You're going to need some brown sugar, a little cinnamon, half and half when you actually put it in the glass and drink it. You need a measuring cup, a spoon, a little net. The little net strainer looks like a little guppy net or something, but you need this. This little skewer, there's a magic use for the skewer we'll talk about in a second. And you need water. This is a gallon, this is like an old Arizona iced tea gallon jug full of water, and then a couple more cups of water. So first thing we're going to do is put the water in a big pot. Fire going, and you actually need to add another couple cups of water. You'll lose maybe 2 cups of water due to the tea just absorbing the water. Plus you have to taste it as you make it. And get the fire on, and while that's boiling, we get ready to put our tea in. Okay, for a gallon of Thai iced tea, or Thai tea, you need about 2 cups of the Thai tea mix. So, what's important is that this stuff will stain. It gets wet and it stains your countertops. It will stain your grout if you have tiles. So, to keep the wife happy, you want to find some kind of surface that's okay to, make a little mess on. So, we want 2 cups of this. And we put it in the strainer. These are maybe slightly rounded. I like it slightly strong. Now here's where the secret of the skewer comes in. The skewer can actually go through the strainer like this, and then you can rest it in the pot, and it'll just hold this in the pot right at the water level while it's brewing. So once that water gets boiling, we'll add our tea. Alright, the water is boiling away. We're ready to put our tea in. So we have our 2 cups of Thai tea mix in our strainer, and then we have our little skewer thing here, which that's the secret weapon for making this stuff, which holds it up. So we put this in the water. See, it instantly kind of turns that water orange. Put this in the water. We can turn this down. This needs to simmer for a while. And what I like to do is I take my cup measurement here and actually kind of dip this stuff out and pour it through. Get the Thai tea kind of started brewing. So the water level is about up to the top of the tea inside the strainer. So I pour this through, a dozen times or so, just to kind of get the whole thing going. And I basically just let it sit. And so we can just leave this on low and just let this simmer really for about 30 minutes. Quite a while actually. It takes a while for this to brew. And then we'll come back after a while. Okay, so here we are. It's been brewing away for a while. Again, we can take the cup, and every 5 or 10 minutes maybe I'll come up here and pour the water through. Again, maybe a dozen times or so, just to kind of speed up the process. Otherwise, my thinking is that if the tea just sits there, because you have 2 cups of tea in the strainer, it's quite a bit. If the tea just sits there all day, half that tea is just it's never really going to make it into the mix, And I like my Thai tea relatively strong, so I figure if I kind of keep the water flowing through on a pretty regular basis, I'm going to get more flavor out of the tea. Okay, this has been sitting here for about half an hour, and I poured the water through it, like I said, maybe a dozen times, or a dozen cups of water through it, maybe 3 or 4 times. So we're going to turn this off. Now, there's plenty of flavor left in that strainer. So what I'm going to do is this. It'll take a while for all this to drain out. Again, that's why you put the extra cup of water in, because you lose quite a bit in here. So we'll pop this right here, let that sit there and drain, and Now what we have to do is we have to add our sugar and a couple little flavoring additives. So we want 2 cups of brown sugar. Well, it's not quite 1. Let's just do this. That's 1.5. We'll call that 2. Close enough. And we want to add a little shot of cinnamon. Oh, maybe half a teaspoon, something like that. Gonna sprinkle that in there. And then, I didn't mention this at the beginning, it's one of the ingredients, but I like to put a little shot of vanilla in there too. Again, a teaspoon, let's say. Close enough. So I'm going to do is I'm just going to give that kind of a quick stir to get everything kind of dissolved, get the sugar dissolving, and the cinnamon and the vanilla and everything all mixed in. And the heat is off. And I'm going to let this cool, because this is still just about boiling hot, so I'm going to let this cool for a little while, and then we'll pour it back into the jug, and put it on ice, and enjoy. Okay, so our Thai iced tea has all cooled off, and we poured it back into the gallon jug. Notice, remember we started with a gallon plus 2 cups of water, and we have a gallon. Because, like I said, you typically lose about as much water as you start with tea. We started with a couple cups of tea. You may want to add more sugar, it's kind of up to you. But I would start with at least 2 cups of, like, packed cups full of brown sugar on a minimum for a gallon. And you might want to add a little bit more, that's up to you. Anyway, so here we go. Put some of this stuff on ice. Oh, it's got that nice, kind of rich, dark brown, orange color. Little shot of half and half on here. Maybe a little more. Alright, stir that a little bit. Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's that. It's got that real smoky, that rich smoky taste, sweet and creamy. It's not like tea at all. I don't know what it's like, but unless you make it like yourself like this from scratch, the only real way to get it is to go to a Thai restaurant. So, cheers.